Hello fellow investors, this is Alex and Ted from the Go Coaching Club, and we're here with another video episode. And in this video episode we wanted to answer a question that we've been asked many times, and that is this: why would a seller sell a house at a significant discount to a buyer?
There are quite a few different reasons, and what I really tell people, you may not be in that situation, but when you're making your offer, find people who have properties that are either the properties are distressed or they are in distress and they want to sell their property. They really don't care about making money out of the property when they are in distress. They want to just dump that because that is either a big headache or it's a burden on them.
It's dragging them down.
Yeah, it's dragging them down, and you are helping them. So you're not taking advantage of them in any way. You're just making an offer. If they like the offer, they'll take it. If they don't, you just go on your way and find another property. And one of the other reasons that people sell the property because property might need a lot of work. And when you do wholesaling, you really look for properties who does need a lot of work, because homeowners who want to buy a property and live in it would not see the finished product. So for that, they are not willing to pay that much money. And for some people, they don't want to buy a property with lots of work, so they can do all the work, which may take $15,000 to $20,000 in repairs before they can move in it and live in it. So for that, only investors are interested in buying those kind of properties, rehabbing it, and then sell it back to the open market where homeowners can buy it. So you just look for properties that are deeply discounted, make your offers, and not all of your offers are going to get accepted. So keep that in mind. It's just a numbers game. Just keep making offers, and you will find one or two a month that you can make anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 per deal with not a lot of money out of your pocket. And if you're doing wholesaling the right way, each deal should not cost you more than $1,000 to buy it and sell it, and then you make $5,000 to $10,000 per deal on each wholesale property. So there are lots of people who are doing that and have made very good business out of it, and they're making over $300,000 to $400,000 a year.
Yeah. So again, the $1,000 is actually in many cases unnecessary. It depends on the seller and how good you are negotiating. For us, it's half the time they'll actually want some earnest money. The other half of the time, if you talk to a really motivated seller, they may not even want that money.
Yeah, when I say $1,000, I actually meant your advertising cost, not the down payment or the deposit that's used. So yeah, keep that in mind. There's two things that, like Alex mentioned. One is the deposit that mostly sellers are asking for, and if you really are doing wholesaling the right way, the deposit should not be more than $100, maximum of $500, and that's only if you're dealing with some bank-owned properties.
Right.
But if the $1,000 I mentioned was mainly your advertising expense when you're buying it and also when you're selling it, combined should be about $1,000.
Right, and that actually is one of the early days right there, because once you actually get up and running like we have with actually a buyer's list, you're going to find that actually selling a property wholesale is actually almost free, because a lot of times you can actually contact your buyer's list when it's built properly through email, and in some cases maybe faxes, and we also can show you how to do this thing using automated voice broadcasts as well. So the $1,000 is actually in your earlier days when you actually may not be up and running yet. We know guys who move significant volume, and they do almost zero advertising because they have the buyer's list. A buyer's list of other investors who are very hungry, ready, and waiting for our property. So
the other good thing about wholesaling is if you're buying a property to sell it to homeowners, you can sell one property per homeowner. So once you sold that property, you're done. With a list of investors, once you build that list of investors, you can sell 4 or 5 properties per investor per year. Depending on how aggressive those investors are. But if you build a list of 100 investors in the neighborhood or the area that you are working at, you really don't need any marketing or advertising costs or expenses from there on.
Right. Because these folks are always ready to jump on something, because they're just there, with their crew ready to actually rehab these property and sell it on the open market. So definitely, folks, when you're actually doing this kind of approach, definitely think of consider upfront that your motivation for buying the property is different than the seller's motivation for selling the property. Try not to think for the seller. This is very tough for a lot of you right now, because you haven't gone through the deal. You're probably scratching your head, say again, why would people sell you these property? And because you don't believe that, it's very tough for you to do your first deal. So take our word for it. Go out there and make an offer. Remember, the worst thing they can say is no.
No.
And you're not risking a ton of money here. So get your ego out of the way. definitely take our word for it. This has really been the biggest challenge for a lot of investors, is actually taking that first step, because they just find it so hard to believe that a seller would sell a property for that huge a discount, because they wouldn't do it. Well, you're not the seller, okay? So take our word for it, go out there and make some offers, and we'd love to hear about your success story in the near future. So again, this is Alex and Rateb with another episode on why sellers would actually sell properties at a steep discount. Go out there, take action, make money, and we'd love to hear about your success story in the near future. So signing off, Alex and Rateb from Go Coaching Club. Until next episode, we'll look forward to talking to you then.